it's Hannah. I'm gonna do an unboxing really quick. It is 12:30 at night, so I had just gotten home not too long ago from work, and I had this package that I was going to open because I've never ordered from this company before. I'm really excited. I've been getting into the bullet journal world a little bit here and there, and I've been messing with one and currently using the Lustrum 1917, I think is what it's called. Yes, butchered the name. So this is a dot grid version in kind of a creamy brown color. And then the one that I'm currently using, I was using this one as a pen tester. The one that I'm currently using is a dark gray with the hardcover as well. So this is from Archer and Olive, and I'm gonna open this. There should be 3 books, and then I got a little extra something. So let's see what we got. I'm surprised it came in a bag. I feel like the stuff inside could easily be damaged. So it looks like I got 2 of the 3 books that I ordered. The other one will probably be in tomorrow because if I remember correctly, it shipped separately. So I'm gonna show you these, and then once I get that in, I'll throw that clip in here right after showing you the third one. And then I also got the Archer and Olive Acrylograph pens in the Jewel selection, water-based acrylic, non-toxic. It's 3 millimeter tip, great for layering and blending, works on dark surfaces too. So I'm gonna open this last. Let's go ahead and get into these. So I'm glad that this came in a box because, as you can see, I got crushed at some point. The box is really pretty. I love the design on the box too. Might actually keep the box for the book. So let's see what this one is. The packaging was done really nicely. So, confession, I'm obsessed with owls. I love owls. Anything to do with owls, and I probably want it. So I saw this and I couldn't help myself. So this is a brown cover, and it's kind of like I don't even know what kind of material that is. So this is a dot grid notebook, 160 dot grid pages. Supposedly no ghosting or bleeding, perfect for markers, fountain pens, and even paint. It's 100 GSM ultra thick paper from Archer and Olive. The band is really nice. Feels like it won't stretch out and stay stretched out, which I feel like is something that I am noticing with my Lustrum. Anyway, I'll just say my other bullet journal. It looks like there's a little bit of a defect. Maybe it's something sticky. I think it was something sticky. Probably from that. Anyway, So this one comes with a pen loop. My current bullet journal did not come with a pen loop, and I actually had to add one in, which then made the back kind of bulky. There is in this one a back pocket, which is also the same with the current one that I'm using, so that's nice. I am not using it at the moment. This paper is super white, which I think is pretty nice. Looks like some pages won't lay flat, but some will. So let's open to the middle here. Oh, that's cute. I didn't know it was gonna have that. Okay, so I'll move this. So it looks like that lays flat. And then the very next page won't, unless you push it. But then you've got like this gap here, because they're, so this one is, you can see the stitching. And then this next one is, it looks like is glued, which there's nothing wrong with that. And after use, it might lay differently as well. So the dots are not too terribly dark. They're definitely noticeable, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. The other one that I have, that's a dot grid. The dots are super fine. It kind of reminds me of my Hobonichi that I've been journaling in. So this actually I like better because I can see the dot grids more clearly, and I'll be able to imagine the line better. My bullet journal that I'm using currently is actually a grid layout, not the dot grid. It's the boxes, like graph paper, because I like the idea of being able to see the line. This actually doesn't look too bad. So there isn't an index, which I'm okay with. And then it has a title page here. I really, really like the owl. It's really pretty. And I like the brown. Okay. So that's the first one. Put that in. Box here. So again, I'm glad it's in a box because you can tell that it got damaged through the travel in a bag. Even the front on this one is crunched, which I didn't even pay attention. This side, the box is crunched too. If this is the one that I think it is, it's gonna be super, super pretty. Look at that blue. That is so bright. So this is, again, 160 GSM, ultra thick paper, 160 pages through Archer and Olive. And this one is the blue with black. White pages, dot grid. So the same setup as the other one, but the cover is the fox. And that's probably my second favorite creature. Owls and foxes. And it's in the gold instead of the silver, which I think is really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna put that one back because we know that the inside is gonna be the exact same as what I just showed you. So this is something I've never seen before, but I'm also not super artsy, so this isn't like Tombow markers. I know mild liner highlighters, I know felt tip style pens, they're great. Acrylic pens I don't know anything about. So the packaging for this feels really, really cheap. And like I said, with the other boxes, this one also got damaged through the travel. Like this isn't even sealed. So it comes with a blending palette. Is this the blending palette? Does it come off? No. Okay, well, there's a blending palette. So apparently this is supposed to be a case too. So you're supposed to shake, press, clean, and store. But these are the pens. This is what it's supposed to be able to do. Let's look at this side real quick. So apply the ink to the palette, hold the pen at 90-degree angle, press down on the blending palette firmly until a desired amount of ink comes out. Usually a few drops is enough. Use the blending pen to mix colors. Clean it and store it. Clean the tip of leading pen by running it under water. Use a rag to wipe it clean. Replace clamp, store horizontally. So I guess this is a case too. Ink dries quickly, so work with small amounts. Blending pen tips can be rinsed clean in water and wiped with a rag. Okay. If blending a colored, okay, so apply the darker ink to the palette and pick up the lighter colored pen. Be sure to thoroughly clean tip after use. Okay. So this is the set that I chose because I liked the neutral, natural tones that it gives. So this one is clear cap. This is the blending pen because it's empty. It doesn't have anything in it. So the plastic feels kind of cheap. It's easily removed, which is nice. You can put it in either way. So that's really nice. The seal is pretty good. It's very tight when it closes. Looks like I might need, oh, okay. You get 2 extra tips. I wonder if you can, I didn't see it on the website, so I don't know if you can, but these tips, I wonder if you can buy more of just these tips by themselves. And I know these pens are newer to the company. They're not super old and famous. These are really pretty. I wonder. So it doesn't have, no, it doesn't have. So this is a sticker. Huh. It's definitely, it definitely feels cheap, but I mean, in the photos and stuff that I see here and online and on their Instagram, it doesn't look cheap. And I mean, in reality, it wasn't all that cheap when you think about pens and how many you get. So I'm gonna try these once I get that out of the book, and I'll do a pen test to add with the review. I just noticed that not a single one of these is the exact same. All of the words and stickers are in a different spot. Like this one's here, this one's down here, and this one's slightly below, that one's slightly up, slightly below. These two are pretty close to similar. This might be. No, it's not. Not a single one of them. Okay, well, what happens? You would just think that the words and stuff would line up right. Here's an example. So these are brush pen, mild liner, brush pen, and super fine tip. And if you set these next to each other and you line up these little squares here, the words match up. You take this and this, and yeah, do the same thing. The words do not line up. But the pens aren't different sizes. Okay, well, more into the review of this in a little bit. Okay guys, so my third Archer and Olive just arrived, so I'm going to open this with you. Okay, so it came in a bag again, and that was another thing that I thought was strange. I ordered all of these items at the same time. It wasn't separate transactions, it was one single transaction. And it sent it out in 2 separate shipments. And then not only that, but they sent it out in a bag. I feel like with the price of the product and the reviews that I've seen other people do, it would at least come in a box, and then the box could take the damage that it's getting shipped in rather than these boxes taking the damage. Which this one appears like there's a little less damage than the other ones, but I don't know. I just thought it was really weird. 2 separate shipments, 1 order, arrive at 2 separate times, but they sent out, like they shipped out from the store 1 day after each other. I feel like you could have saved money on shipping if you just waited the extra day and then sent it out all together all at once. But that's just my opinion. See, you can kind of see the damage that the box took, which I guess is a good thing that these come in a box, because then the notebook itself would be damaged, and I don't think a lot of people would like that. So this one is completely different than the other ones that I ordered. The other ones were the pure heavy duty white paper. This one is the Kraft paper dot grid. It's still 160 GSM, it's ultra thick paper. There's no ghosting or bleeding, perfect for markers, fountain pens, and even paint, and it's by the Archer and Olive company. And I got this design here, more of a floral design, because the paper is more of a natural paper. I thought that the green would go really, really well, and then this design kind of just tied into the nature feel. To me, craft paper is very nature-y and old-fashioned antique-y to me, so I wanted to get a color that I thought that kind of matched along with that. So let's go ahead and take a peek here. And I apologize in advance if you hear screaming and yelling in the background, or laughing, or somebody running into a wall. My kids are outside playing in the driveway with their cars and stroller, and Lord only knows what else they've got out there. Okay, so same band pen loop is the same. The material is the same too, and it's kind of like a, I don't even know how I would describe this. Like it reminds me of like a slinky material, but more cottony. I mean, I don't know the best way to, like the cover's flexible, so it's obviously on a cardboard design, which there's nothing wrong with that. It means that, you know, you have a higher chance of damage over the years, but a lot of people are really careful with their notebooks. And then there are some that just don't care because this gets toted around with, and I'm this person. This thing gets toted around with you everywhere you go. You're taking notes in it on the go, you're setting up your layouts, and then after the layout's set up, you're just writing and scratching things off. You don't care what it ends up looking like in the end. To give you an example, this is the Leuchtturm, and I've already got like weird, Lord only knows. I've already got some damage to mine. I don't even use this because I've got the ollie clip in here. You can tell some of the edges are starting to get dinged up from just being tossed in my book bag. This, for now, is still kind of secure, but it has stretched out since I've bought it and started using it. I added in this pen loop from Erin Condren, so I don't know, and this is just something I had sitting around. I don't know how long this is going to last, but as an example, things just get kind of crossed off as we go. It ends up looking like a mess by the end. Even on my monthly layouts, I start crossing things off, start marking things off, crossing it off. This was to keep track of my dog's rehab, and this is the week that I just filled out earlier today as a spread layout template. See how this works, because I've never used stickers like that. And see, I am okay with it ending up messy. I make it pretty and then I just mess it up. So I am the person that doesn't care if the edges and stuff get damaged. So this is Kraft paper. I love the feeling of the paper. I really like this paper feel. So you have your title page, and then the dot grid, which doesn't, I mean, you can definitely tell that there's dots. So it stands out a little bit more than the other notebook, which again, doesn't bother me. There is no index, which again, doesn't bother me per se. This is the first year that I've used a bullet journal, so I've been trying to keep up with the index portion, but it's just, I don't go back to it. Pocket in the back. We've got bookmark with gold hardware, which I think is really pretty. And I think they did a really good job choosing the gold with the Kraft paper, because the Kraft paper is a kind of goldy color. So far, I would say my first impressions with this company's products in regards to the bullet journal notebooks, I mean, I give it at least a 4 out of 5 star rating just as a first impression. The only thing that would make me say 4 instead of 5 out of 5 is the way that it gets shipped. I don't necessarily think it should be in a bag, because then you end up with boxes getting damaged. I bought the Acrylograph pens, and this packaging is also damaged. So I think it should have been in at least a slimline box, but that's just my opinion. So I would say 4 out of 5 overall with notebooks, from ordering to shipping to receiving. The actual notebook, I'm gonna say, as of right now, a 5 out of 5. The notebook itself is beautiful for all 3, and it's a lot thick. Well, not a lot thicker, but it is thicker than the one that I'm currently using. Let's see. Yeah, so it is thicker than the one that I'm currently using. I do like the sturdiness, how this feels in comparison to this. I like that this is heavier. I'm a fan of heavy books. I think that the color choices that you have and the little design choices that you can choose from, whether it's Kraft or Neapolitan, which I didn't order one that was Neapolitan. I should have ordered one of each, but I didn't even think about it until after the fact. So the white paper is beautiful. The Kraft paper I think is gorgeous. The colors that they have are beautiful. The little designs that they have I think are gorgeous. Even the boxes that they come in I think are beautiful. So right now, the notebooks I would rate as a 5 out of 5. I will end up doing a pen test in each one in the very back later on, and maybe my opinion will change. I'm not sure. But I've seen people do some crazy things in these notebooks watching other videos, so I am fairly certain that this is just gonna stay a 5 out of 5. So this, I haven't even tested this out yet, and I want to. So we're gonna grab this Kraft notebook, which makes me really nervous because I think this one is probably my favorite. We're gonna go to the back, to the first full layout here, get that open. And I like that it, for the most part, lays flat. Even on the edges where there's only one sheet of paper, it lays flat. So we're gonna find 2 colors, dark and light. And it says to shake the crap out of these things. So give me just a second. Okay, let's see where we are here. I'm really scared to do it on here. So about a minute and a half in, and there's no sign of color flow. Oh, there's the sign of color flow. Okay. Okay, so there's that one. So I can tell you right now my rating for these, just with the packaging and the feel and just the current, this is what I see out of these, is probably, as of right now, a 2 out of 5. The barrels feel really, really cheap. They don't even have the, like, it doesn't actually line up. Like, not a single one of the pens design lines up with another pen. So it's just, to me, that's weird and makes me feel like it was cheaply made. So this one is a dark blue, that one's more of a lighter green. So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna do 2 different things. I'm gonna use each pen by itself just to see what it feels like. And then I'm gonna do a blending by putting the dark color on the blending palette, using the light color to absorb some of the dark, and then write with it. And see how that goes. Supposedly, from watching other videos, it works really well. There we go. Okay, oop, look, it went through the, and it's already dry. Okay. So take this beautiful notebook that I feel like I'm about to ruin. And I'm gonna write my name. It's really scratchy feeling on the paper, so I don't know how much I like that. But it looks nice. There's no, like, it doesn't bleed, or like, you know, when you hold a pen on something and then it gets like these spider webby looking things going on because you held it too long on the paper. I really like the color of this one on the Kraft paper, and it looks like it's already dry for the blue, so that's kind of cool. So now we're gonna try the part that scares me. Get a little bit of, so I'm gonna wipe the excess off, right? Is that how that works? And then I'm gonna take this green and run it through. I might not have enough color to get a good enough feel. Okay, so I would say that it definitely does the blending. And I actually think that the way that looks is actually really, really cool. With these two colors, you kind of end up making your own color. But it starts off with the dark and then it goes to the light. You can tell where I had some still left over on the pen, so I went ahead and just used it, and then I kept, every time I went and I came to a stopping point, like if you're doing brush letters, every time I came to that stopping point, I rotated the pen just a little bit so I can get every single edge of that pen with the color. So right now, there's very little, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. There's very little of that dark blue, and it's just barely on the edge. So I don't know if maybe wiping it off. Yeah, wiping it off helps. Okay. So first impression with the markers. Is this dry already? Wow. So how do you clean this? I'm assuming water obviously won't work, because I'm really curious to know, how do you clean this? Or if I need to maybe cut this out, obviously probably leave this out, cut this, and then throw it through my laminator, maybe? Maybe, I don't know. It also says you're supposed to store these horizontally, so there's that too. So first impression of, it feels cool. Like I love the way that it feels. It writes really well. It's really scratchy, so if you're not into that type of thing, then this probably isn't gonna be the best idea. I'll say that I'm gonna try a couple other pens just really quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna try just a few pens while I already have this out. This is the Energel Cleanup 0.5. Oh, let's see. And there's no bleeding, no shadowing. So that's Energel. It actually writes really well. This is the mild liner brush pen. No bleeding, no shadowing. This is a Zig calligraphy. Micron pen. Tombow Fudoninsky pen. Papermate Flare. This is an Erin Condren double tip, I forgot what, dual tip pen. So here's it in medium and then fine. Here's Tombow brush pens. That's gray. And then black. Okay. So no bleeding, no shadowing. It is a darker colored paper in general, so I'm gonna try the same thing on the Archer and Olive white paper. So here, and they're all dry. So that's that. So now we're gonna try the same thing in the white page notebook. We're gonna start with the pens first, then we'll do the Archer and Olive. So black Tombow. Gray Tombow. The Fudoninsky. Oh, look, I'm pulling on it like it's double-sided. It's not double-sided. Zig calligraphy. Erin Condren. Micron. Papermate. Energel. Mild liner. Okay, so flip that over. Wow. Like, you can see that there's stuff written if you have it at an angle and the light's hitting it just right, but you can't see anything. Like, even pushing to see if you can see like a trace line, I don't see anything. Okay, so we're gonna try the green. Try the blue. And you can tell, maybe, that it's very scratchy because of the material this is made out of. And you can kind of see the scratchiness on the edges. But still no shadowing. You can just you can just barely see a shadowing, but I don't even know if you're gonna notice it on camera. So let's try. Got a little bit of it. And it looks like it wipes off really, really easy. Okay. So here's it on white. You can see the blending. It's actually really pretty. I love the blending. It's already dry, but it's really pretty. Barely a shadow, but only on the dark blue. You can just barely, like, the light has to hit it just right in order for you to tell that it's there. But if you're just doing a title or something, you're probably not gonna notice it. If you're doing like big splotchy spots, then maybe, but I don't know. I've seen people do some pretty crazy things in these things. Okay, so there is that. So after testing these, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 for now. I'm gonna use it for a while, obviously, because I bought them and they're here, and I love the colors. So my idea of these may change. I do still feel like they're cheaply made. The idea of them is amazing. I love the acrylic pen marker idea. And it's less of a mess for people like me that are OCD and don't have paint in my house. Well, now I do. I think that they could have worked a little bit more on the presentation of these pens, because the stickers and the words don't even match up, and that bothers me. So there's that. The packaging could have been done better. I think had it not been sent in a bag, the packaging would probably be perfect. Just like this. Or even had they used less foam and stuck it inside of an Archer and Olive box like this, it'd probably look a lot better too. I mean, they're the same height. You could use less packaging, so less money spent. Instead of it being a flip over, you know, you could just have this as a sheet as the blending palette. Use the directions as a blending palette. And maybe not have this design here and leave this white, but have it as a size that would fit inside here, maybe even folded, and use that as the blending palette instead of having a separate piece as the blending palette and then directions. I think they could have saved some money on that, but that is my first impressions and initial thoughts of the Archer and Olive dot grid 160 GSM ultra thick paper in Kraft and in white, and my first initial impressions of the Archer and Olive Acrylograph pens. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this gives you some idea of what they offer and kind of just what to expect. These opinions are all my own. This video is not sponsored. I bought all of these items with my own money, If you like these types of videos, click that like button, hit the subscribe and the little bell icon to get the notifications. Follow me on my Instagram. The information is in the description box below, as well as on my channel. I would love for you to follow along, and I hope to see you soon. I hope you have a good week.